guys, we're back. Okay, so now this is all dry and we're going to do the stencil and we're going to do the distressing. So let me get my Paris stencil. I'm not sticking my butt out. I'm not, thank God, into the camera. Okay, so I'm going to use this Paris stencil, which I love. Last time we used the cafe stencil. Last time we used that one, remember? Okay, but this time we're going to use this one. So we're going to have a little different. Okay. And I'm using some painter's tape to tape this on. And the painter, you don't have to use painter's tape, but if you don't have painter's tape and you just have some masking, put it on your clothes a couple times so it's not too sticky. Because if not, you could peel off your paint. So be careful. But if it peels off a little paint, I guess who cares? Because you know we're doing a distress finish anyway. So okay, let me line this up where I want this. Yeah, that's about right. We're not looking for perfection, just for about right is fine. You don't worry about perfection since you're doing a total distress finish anyway. You want it to look distressed, so it takes the pressure off. Nothing has to be perfect. You want, in fact, the more imperfect, the better. Okay. And then we'll hold that down there. Okay. So, I have my black paint, and I just used some black acrylic paint. Okay. And I just got that over my hand. Okay. Let me get a brush. Alright, got myself a brush. Just one like this. It's the smaller one. When you get the 2 in the pack, it's the smaller one. And I like to use, I want to say this really quick, I like to use the smaller brush like this. You can paint with this too. But I love to use it as like a stencil brush. If not, get yourself a stencil brush. But you can use this one. Because you can really get in things better. I used to use makeup sponges. But that does not do as good. In fact, I can't get my script stencils to work when I use the makeup brush. I can use a makeup brush on these, but when you do these scripts, they come out really nice when you use this type of brush. The ones you get 2, like I said, 2 in a pack. You can also use a stencil brush, the same thing, to get into the script, which we're going to do next. Okay, let me stop talking. And the reason I don't do this last, because all of the other distress things we're going to do will go over these letters and make them look more distressed. I was doing it the opposite way. I was doing the stenciling last, but I like doing it first and then distressing over it. So all the drips and all the stuff we're going to do. And if we're going to do scrapes, which we're not on this one, but we're going to do a lot of dripping and a lot of aging, it'll look old. You would do it right over your stencil. Okay. Oh, this is great. I got a pad here for my knee so I can rest my knee on this. Oh, that's better. Just making sure you guys can see everything. Right here I'm having to hold it close because I have this in the way. But it's fine, just hold it down. It's fine. Okay, now I'm going to lift this just a little bit to kind of see. Perfect. And even if it wasn't perfect, that's perfect too. Even if it was, you know, little places I missed stuff or whatever, that would still be good because we want distress anyway. So This looks so cool. Love it. Oh. Okay. The next stencil. Let me see. Let me bring this in closer so you guys can see it good. Doesn't that look cool? Love it. Okay. Let me come back a little bit so you guys can see. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right. Let's see if that's better. Yeah, you see the door. Okay, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do that script stamp. Okay? I got this at, I think that Hobby Lobby sale for like $1, but you can also get a lot of good script stamps for a good price at Tuesday Morning. That's where I got another one of the ones I have for like $2. So always be looking at those type of places for good prices on stencils. All right, so I'm going to start stenciling and not trying to be perfect about it. See, I'm trying to be just kind of stencil a little bit here and there. I want it to look like the stencil's kind of worn off. So be kind of haphazard about it. I think that looks the best. Awesome. So you guys can see how I'm doing it. And yes, on this one I'm not taping it down because I don't want perfection. That'll help you not make it perfect if you're just holding on to it. Oh, that's fine. Okay, look at it. I just took my black paint right now and I just hit right there on the side. We're going to stress the hell out of this anyway, so it doesn't even matter. That's just going to add to the whole thing. And I did it so haphazardly it looks good. I'm running out of paint. I need to go back over this a little bit more. Okay, now I'm going to bring my camera in so you guys can see this. All right. That looks good. Okay, so let me bring the camera in so you guys can look at this. My knee is hurting. Okay. See how the print, doesn't that look cool? All right, so let me bring you guys back out again. Okay. All right, so now we got that done. Let me get a bag of you guys and wrap up my brush. So, if you're in between, painting or you got to go on to another step. I always just take a white shopping bag and take my whole palette and my brush and just wrap that up. And let's suppose you just don't want to wash your brushes that night, so instead of leaving them in water, I would wrap them up like this and they'll be fine till the next day even. I mean, try not to do that, but, you know. Oh, we're not done with this. Forgot I have another stencil that I want to do. Okay, I love this stencil. When I do my mixed media in my art journal, or just mixed media period, I love this stencil. You guys see me use it all the time. Okay, so I'm going to do some cool stuff here. I'm going to put 751 right there. Look how cool that looks. I love it. Up here, up here in the corner, I'm going to do ticket number 337. Up here in the very corner over here, I'm going to do this little number 15. So this is what I'm talking about when I say mixed media. You can take your mixed media supplies that you have, transfer them right over to this. This is nothing but a big canvas. If you're doing a dresser, you're doing a door, you're doing furniture, it's just another paint canvas. That's how I think you should think of it. Okay, I'm gonna sit on my butt. Hopefully I'm not in the way. Cool. My arm is in the way, sorry guys. Okay, down here it says number 115, industrial. It's just a really steampunky looking stencil. Let me see if there's something else I want to do. I'm going to do that little 15, which I love. Right there. And I'll do that one right over here. And then I'll get my camera and I'll show you guys this up close. I like being far away so you guys can actually see me doing the work, but then like I said, I'll come in closer. This one says oil pressure. And there's hardly any paint left on my brush, so, oh, it still came out pretty. I thought it was going to come out lighter than that even, but it still looks good. Okay, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to do. Just try to see if there's anything else I want to do. I think I might do that oil pressure again right there. That looks pretty good. Cool. I love it. And a little bit of the black paint got right there. And it looks good. I'll leave it. Just some more distress. I'm just going to go over it a little bit and let some black drip down, which I think will be cool. That looks good. Okay, so let me, well, I feel like there needs to be one more stamp, like right here. Let me do another one really quickly. You guys know I can't leave good enough alone? Okay. That looks good, and I want to put 751 right here also. Then I'll be done. There we go. Cool. All right. That is enough of this stenciling. Oh, this looks so cool, I think. In my opinion. Okay. And some of you may think that's too much stenciling or whatever, then don't do that much stenciling. It's all up to you. All right, so let's come in closer. Hope I don't fall off this damn chair. Just a second. It's not a chair, it's a ladder. Okay, I stabled myself. All right. So, this is some of the stamping. Look at that. Hopefully you guys are seeing that. Okay. So that's some of the stamping that I did. All right, you guys, just a second. I'm going crazy with my camera. If you could see how my how far out my I have like this little stool ladder. If you could see how far it came out, oh my God. It came out way far from where I'm working. I could have died. Okay. But I'm living still. So thank God. All right. I don't know why it can't just stay in this same spot. All right. Next. And this is the thing, I would do close-ups if I could with my camera, which I normally can. But when I have it turned around, like right now I have it, you know how you switch it to look facing out? So if you looked at it, it'd be like a mirror. Okay, that's how I have my camera obviously right now. And if it's in that mode, it doesn't let you zoom in. That's stupid. Anyway. All right. I'm using some really nice dark paint. I'm using that same brand, but it's in this tube. Again, got it dirt cheap. I picked this up for, I think, 74 cents. It was regularly $3, so great deal. I bought a bunch of them. Okay, it's a really, really dark brown. I love it because it looks like dirt. It's a good dirt color. We love dirt colors, right? All right, I have this little spatula. Okay. And I'm putting a little bit of paint on the spatula. All right, let me move this out so you guys can see where I'm going to. Okay, so I'm just gonna come out like that and come down and out like that in the corner there. I'm going to do the same thing in the corner over here. And I learned this from Dionne Woods. She does this a lot. She uses it all over the place. Like she'll take some brown and just go like that right there too. But she always does it in the corners like that because where does dirt get all gathered and gunked up? In the corners. So I like that. I liked that idea, so I said, I am taking that, Dionne. Thank you. Thank you, girl. Spray some water. Spray plenty of water. And what that does is you want to promote drips. You want it to thin out the paint. You want it to drip. And it really starts making it look a lot more natural. So spray it until you see the dripping start. Perfect. And yes, you want to see drips going all the way down your piece. Let me move some stuff out of the way because I don't want drips on. Okay, again, right here at the top, I'm going to throw some dirt. Okay, we're calling this brown color dirt, okay? You're like, what the hell are you talking about? Let's put some more of this brown. And when you lay it on with this spatula, or any type of spatula, it's nice because it just gives it a more natural look, better than a brush. You could even add paint with this, or like a metal scraper, like a putty knife. That's another good tool. And she uses a putty knife all the time. I didn't have a putty knife, and I started using this on these cabinets, and I've liked it, so. Not that I'm not going to get a putty knife, because I'm going to get that too. I like tools. Let's add a little bit more up here. Let's add a little bit more here. Oh, I forgot about the middle part here. And if I'm gonna keep adding a little bit more. If it doesn't start dripping or really separating and doing its thing, you can kind of help it a little bit by just rubbing over it. Okay. Rub a little dirt down here. And I already got some drips going already, so I'm just using the drips that are already there. I'm not even going to probably spray over it because I like how that looks. I'm going to rub some dirt right here in the middle. Okay. Spray. Like that. You know what I want to see is I want to see some, over this pressure, have some dirt dripping down from here and down the middle. That's going to look good. Perfect. It'd be better if, there we go. Nice. We're going to throw a little bit more dirt. We're going to throw a little bit more right here. And you don't have to throw brown. I mean, I could have done a different color. You know, whatever color I wanted in this whole thing. I could have done red. I could have done a mustard yellow. I think could look really cool with this. Just kind of whatever works for you. Whatever is working for you. Let's throw a little bit right into here. I don't want it to be even like the other side, so let's just throw some like going down like this. Perfect. Oh, you guys see that? I almost fell again. This stupid mini ladder. There we go. So we're getting everything dripping really good across this whole piece, and that's what we wanted, was a lot of good drippage. This is where all the mucking comes up. And even the distress finish, how we did the painting, everything blending into each other. It looks like things of like this, the paint has worn off, right? Like maybe it was dark blue and it's worn off, you know, especially because the sun hit it right here in the middle. So, okay, that's the story. Okay, what else do we want to do? Oh, another thing we want to do is I'm going to take my fan brush. I'm going to wet this brown paint, okay, for two reasons. We're going to do some splatters, but before we do splatters, let me get a lot of water going on here. I want to, okay, you can't probably see it, but I already told you there's an outline like a crevice, and it goes like this, goes all the way down, and then it goes like that. It's like recessed, right? So in those recesses, wouldn't it age in those recesses? I think so. So I just like to throw a little bit of brown here and there in those recesses. And also a little water, so that in those recesses it really just blends down. It just looks more natural. So now we got some gunk up in those recesses also. All right, the next thing I want to do is I love to do splatters. Even when I do mixed media. When I do mixed media, I do almost all this stuff that I'm doing right now. I always do drips. You guys always see me splattering. I always do this script. I'm just doing it on this damn cabinet door. Okay, here we go. So now I'm doing splatters. I'm doing brown splatters. You could do black, but I just think with this, I think the brown is going to look just cool. if I had a lot of stuff around here, I would protect things from these splatters, but I'm good. I have a lot of stuff all over behind me, like my kitchen stuff is all behind me. Okay, love that. Okay, the last thing that I need to do, I'm gonna get this is another fan brush I have. It's a little bit smaller one. If you don't have a fan brush, can you do this without a fan brush? Yes, just use a different tool, doesn't matter. These are just the tools I wanted to use. I have some gold. Where the hell is it? I had everything set out. That's why I can't find it. Okay, just a second. Just a second. It's like the, the end thing that I love to do is like, this is all grungy, and then throw on some gold. I'm looking for the gold. And my thing is about to run out, and I don't want it to run out my time and start another one. Where the hell is my gold? Unbelievable. This would take 2 seconds if I could find it. Oh, here it is. Okay, right here. I had it right in front of me. You can't see nothing's in front of you? Okay, before we run out of time on my camera, because you guys know after 30 minutes. Now, I'm going to try to find places where there's not any drips going on. But I love to take gold like this. And just put gold here and there. And the reason I like to use the fan brush, it gets it like more natural. It's not gonna, it just makes it look natural. Makes it look like maybe some gold got, sprayed on there by accident or something. Oh, I like that. If you feel like it needs a little rubbing, you can rub it a little bit. Like I felt like it needed a little rubbing. Just gonna put some up here. Okay. Now I'm going to add some more gold to this piece, but I want it to dry. Those are as many spots as I can do right now. So before this camera shuts off, let me come up close so you guys can see this. Okay. See the gold that I just added? Just a little bit right there. Some gold there. Okay. See that gold? Cool, huh? Okay, so the overall, sorry you guys, just have to deal with me moving my camera, but I have to move it so you guys can see things. But that's the overall look of the whole cabinet. I think it turned out really, really cool. So there's more of a close-up for you. There we go. Further away so you can kind of see that. Okay, you guys, that is it for this one. I'll be back and we will do the border part. See all this white? We need to do a distress technique on that, and we'll do that next, okay? So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. And give this video a thumbs up. That'd be great. Any comments or questions, leave them below. Come visit me on Facebook and Instagram. And I will talk to you guys in the next one, and we will distress the border part together, okay? Talk to you guys later. Bye.